Hello, how are you doing? It's Eleanor from Knit Nottingham. I'm doing okay, thank you very kindly. Thanks for asking. It's been a while, again. I just literally have had nothing to say, which is... I know it's not very like me, but I don't know what's going on really. So I just need to just try and live my life. Do you know what I mean? The shop is still here. If in any doubt, the shop is here. The heat wave has been very, very bad for us. I decided to close on the Tuesday because I just thought I'm just going to sit there with no customers and I'm just going to want to die. So I closed on the Tuesday. But we've had 2 incredibly slow days since anyway, so I just hate this. I don't think I've ever hated summer as much as I've hated this particular summer. I'm just struggling to know what to say to you, if I'm honest. I'm also really tired, which you can tell, and I've had a cold. I've had an absolutely stinking cold. Just coming to an end now, though you could probably still hear it, and it's not COVID. I've tested every day apart from today because I'm really starting to get better. I tested every day for a week, negative. But it's been this horrendous stinking cold that's felt like COVID, but it isn't COVID, and I can't deal with anything. Anyway, I was going to come on, I was going to force myself into a vlog today anyway, because I have a project that I think you'll be interested in that I've been making, and I just sort of wanted to talk about it because I used to talk about projects like that, and I used to talk about my thought process and stuff, and then I started thinking, oh my god, I'm really boring, and I know everybody tells me I'm not boring, but actually I'm quite bored of myself, and I find myself repeating stuff, which is I think why I'm finding vlogs so hard, because there's only so much I've got to say about anything. I think we should all knit. I think that people should feel good in their bodies. I think people should live intentionally. And that is literally about all I've ever got to say on a vlog, isn't it? So there's only so many ways you can say that. Oh my God. Anyway, so I'm hoping I'm going to get tested for ADHD soon, maybe next week, maybe in September, and I'm hoping that if I get put on the right medication, my brain might do things that my brain should do, and that would be ideal, and then maybe I can start functioning correctly. Not that I'm functioning incorrectly, but I'm not functioning as I used to function. I used to have inspiration to do stuff, do you know what I mean? And I just don't have any inspiration to do anything at the minute. Now, thanks for listening to me. I've just been in therapy, can you tell? I don't have to pay you guys though. Hopefully you'll pay me. I've got some new wool. I've got some new wool to show you, and I'm glad. You can't tell what the weather is because I'm in my downstairs, but I'm really glad that it's raining and a bit miserable outside, because this is a chunky yarn, and I think this is quite badly timed by King Cole, but I don't suppose, I mean, they do things so far in advance they can't really tell, can they, how to they can't really tell, it's not their fault. Who was to know that July in the UK would be hot? Bloody hot. Anyway, it's a brand new yarn. It's called Safari, and I was a little bit, my rep has disappeared. I don't know where he's gone, bless him. He's not been very well, so I assume it's something to do with that. And so I haven't seen him, so I should have seen this weeks ago probably, but I didn't see it weeks ago. I saw it on there online and I thought, oh, that looks interesting, so I got them to send me a couple of balls, and they did, and it's nice and it's very soft and the colours are fabulous, the patterns are nice, I'll show you in a second, but I was a little bit wary of it, so because of cultural appropriation just that funny little topic. For God's sake, Eleanor, there is a particular yarn that King Cole do, which is called Explorer, which is a gorgeous, super chunky wool blend, and I would love to have it. It would sell very well in the shop. And I didn't take it on at first because it was quite similar to the, oh God, I can't even believe that we stocked this now, Gypsy yarn. so at the time we stopped stocking that because it is a slur, and then it's been discontinued since. Anyway, so I hadn't taken on the Explorer because of the Gypsy, and I decided to I just spit it out, Eleanor. Come on. I decided to come on. You can do it. Oh, I sort of was reminded of it. I think I got a packet in for somebody and I thought, oh, that's lovely. So I went to sort of order it one day, and then I noticed that every single name on there, there was a couple I didn't recognise, but every single one that I recognised was a white man colonialist. I was like, whoa, I can't even remember the names of them, but there was like, I can't know for definite. So just like, don't quote me on this, but things like Columbus and I'm like, wow, I don't really want that. We just got rid of the G one, and I don't really want to bring something like that in. So I said something to the rep, and he took it forward to the general meeting. And I don't think anybody was particularly listening to me, but I think there's so many other explorers in the world that are not white men taking over indigenous people. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, right. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not really in the mind today to be getting deep into this. Anyway, so I was a little bit worried about the names of this safari. I thought that they might take random words from the continent of Africa and just whack them on some wool, but they haven't. I'm just slightly worried that I might have missed something, but no, they haven't. It's all, I think, quite appropriate. Yeah, it's all fairly appropriate, I think. Yeah, okay, all right, just checking. I've got all the colours here, so shall we just go through them? I'm not even going to try and pick my favourites because I'm too depressed to like anything at the minute, if I'm honest, although there is a definite standout for me, and I will show you that. I'll save that till last, and everything else is just like a blah of blah, blah, blah. Put me on some antidepressants. Anyway, so this one is, no, don't. I don't need serotonin. I need dopamine, I think. Put me on some, what do you get? It's like smack, isn't it? What's it called? Anyway, put me on whatever. Just somebody sort me out. Anyway, listen, right, okay. This is Mirage. So this is a sort of lemon yellow, apple green, like a Barbie kind of pink, and then like a sunny sky blue. All of them have this sort of black, and it is a deep, dark black spun through, and also all of them, the colours are not standard, so you can probably see it best in the pink. There's like some kind of white bits, so the colours are slightly smooshy wooshy anyway, and they smooshy whoosh into each other, and then there's the kind of hits the flecks of black. I'm going to show you. No, I'm not going to show you just yet. I'll show you how that knits in a second, or crochets, although there's no crochet pattern. This one, Elephant, it's all different shades of grey. Does that surprise you? Nice, and some of the shades of grey are slightly warmer and some are slightly cooler, slightly bluer. Now this one's cute, and this is going to be popular. This is called Haze. So I think of this as quite robot-y. Yeah, this is out of all of these shades that are based on Africa, I consider this to be quite robot-y. It's called Haze, and it is a kind of minty mid-green, like an aqua colour. It's a cornflowerish type blue, it's a Barbie type pink and a silver, and again it's got the black through it. This one is called Flamingo, and there is pink in it, and it is a flamingo pink, but there is also like a coral and a lilac, and this colour's quite interesting. It's like very soft pink, like They would call this shell pink in a baby yarn, but it's mixed with silver. Nice, really nice. Okay, sunset. It's a bit light, but it is all the colours of a sunset. Bluish. In fact, you will only know this if you are an OG fan. There was a very early on, maybe one of the first Riot chunky colours that was those colours, like a shell colour with very light cornflower blue. Anyway, there's also buttery golden yellow, and there's quite a bright orange, and then there's flecks of red in it as well. And then, of course, the black. What's this? This is Wilderness Silver, and a sort of denim-y blue, and then also, what would you call that? Like embers, like a sort of quite a... it looks quite dull. It's not so dull in real life. I don't know what the colour is. Just let me hold that thought, because I hadn't realised, but there's actually a very, very light pink there. I'm just going to turn the phone on to mute because Casper will be able to answer that. But I can't answer it from here while he's on the phone. So coming back to this colour, what colour is it? There is a word for it and I can't remember. It's slightly gingery. Don't know. Right, okay, let's have a look at this one then. So this is quite a nice bright sunshiny yellow, quite a nice bright corally salmony colour. Kind of minty aqua, and then a bit beigey here, but there's not so much of the beige. It's not terrible. I'm really trying to think of what that colour is. Slightly dusky rose, but there's a little hint of ginger about it. Anyway, now we come to the best one. It's lovely, isn't it? I would wear it's really nice. I would wear a jumper in that. So it's got a gorgeous teal, proper sort of russet. It's not quite russet actually. More like a deep mustard. The green goes into almost aqua, and then there's sort of the shades in between. It's beautiful, and flecks of black. So what's that called? That's called Lagoon. Right, so they're the colours. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 of them. We've got them all, and they're at the back of the shop. Oh, I ought to say, it comes in 150 grams, so it's one of those sort of cakey yarns. 150 grams. It is a pure acrylic, and that's another thing that put me off a little bit, to be honest. I just like something with a bit of wool in, but the softness of it and the colours, I think, are like second to none. So it's going to be really nice. I mean, it's nice for vegans, but it's nice for kids. And to be honest, if you get a nice high quality acrylic like this and look after it, it's okay. We're okay. We don't need to beat ourselves up about everything. Okay. Especially not when we're just like not picking stuff from Primark, do you know what I mean? Or Shein or whatever the next thing is. Like you'll not be buying this, spending weeks knitting it, all of that effort and time, and then chucking it. Do you know what I mean? You're going to be loving this. You're going to be making it to fit. It's going to be choosing something that you absolutely adore. So I've got time for that. Right, okay. I'm just going to go in order because again, I don't like anything at the minute. I'm just too depressed. So I mean, I do like these things, but I can't. Can you remember when I used to have enthusiasm about anything? It was a very long time ago, but here we are, and I'm just trying to survive. So this is 5936. This is a hat, a cowl, and little fingerless mitts situation, and I believe it's fisherman's rib. Yeah. Oh, half fisherman's rib. Yeah, half fisherman's rib. Cute, really smooshy, really whooshy, absolutely gorgeous. I can also see that just being like just a kind of basic shape for other yarns. Although I do think it works really nicely in the safari. So that's in the wilderness colour. Oh, that's got the sort of... It's slightly corally, can you see? Unusual colour. Anyway, here's my favourite colour. Hat, scarf, mitts. And they're just stocking stitch with a slightly more interesting edge. Nothing too fancy about that, but I do like to see a proper traditional scarf, don't you? Right, okay, so that's that. Now we move into homeware. So there's a child with a large cushion, and then there's a lady. I don't know if she identifies as a lady. There's a person wrapping themselves in a blanket with a cushion by their side. So that's nice. The blanket's quite big. The floor cushion is quite big, and the other cushion is not so big. I think this is, I mean, it says easy knit on it. I think this is one of those patterns that is aimed at beginners. It's just somebody that looks at the wool, is inspired by the wool, but doesn't quite know where to go. So, I mean, that's great. There'll be those of you out there. So I'm really pleased to cater to you, but let's move on to the things that are a bit more interesting. Now, this is one of the patterns actually that caught my eye, although I don't love this colourway. That's the colourway that I think is the, roboty one. What's it called? Is it Haze? Oh, Casper was telling me all his favourite colours and I've forgotten what he said. Love that colour. But it's that V-neck that I like. There's nothing fancy about this top. It's a rib at the bottom. It's a V-neck. It's a relaxed setting. It's a relaxed, sorry, I was just looking to see if they were wearing white jeans. They're not. I was just looking at the styling, so look at her hat. And I hate that hat as well. But I do think they've done better with the styling than they usually do. To me, right, this is just a great piece. There's really nothing fancy about it. But if you are going to use this yarn, to be fair, you don't want to go too fancy. I'm interested to see, because I haven't really looked through, I am interested to see, that printing's a bit light. Can you see the difference? Doesn't matter. Let's have a look on the inside. Yeah, all the inside's normal. I am interested to see if they do anything that's a bit more complex. Now I knew that there'd be one of these. Oh, cute. Okay. Poncho. You might know how I feel about poncho, which is not very good. Poncho jumper. So there's a sleeve on there. I don't know if it's picked up and knitted. Sleeves. No, you do it separately. And then there's a really cute thick thing. I can see children in that, and actually I think they've got the styling right there as well. Yeah, really cute. Nice to see a ginger kid as well. Always nice to see a ginger kid. And then there's a jumper on this ginger kid. Oh, again, really cute. Makes me like that colourway. That must be flamingo. That makes me like that colourway. And doesn't it look cute on her, that little ginger kid? Them. And that jumper, and it's got ears on it, which I think is really sweet. There's not an awful lot of hooded jumpers in the King Cole catalogue, so I actually think that that'll be a great addition, even if you don't do the ears. Sizing wise, it goes 22 to 30. It's not giving me an age on that, so I can't even remember. I think 30 is about 11, 12 years old. 22 might be about 4 years old, but don't quote me on that. How many balls are they taking? Smallest size is 2, biggest size is 3, and it only changes to 3 at about 30 or so onwards. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, okay, this is going to be, now this is not my style. I wouldn't be wearing this, but these sort of tabard things are so popular. I can't tell you. And I always just think, how would I wear those? But I think it's people that wear trousers more than anything that wear them. Again, shape-wise, I think that's going to be a popular shape for not just this yarn, but other yarns as well. And I'm just wondering, I'm just wondering, right, you know how you end up with a lot of double knit left over of all sorts of things, and people do 2 4-plies together to make double knit, and you can do 2 double knits to get chunky, whether you could do like a fade, because that's such a simple shape. There's not going to be much, if any, shaping around the armholes. So like choose a plain colour chunky, or even 2 strands of the same colour of double knit at the bottom and around the edging, and then fade it up. Is that the one I'm going to knit for the shop sample? I don't know, because we don't have anything like that in the shop, so that'd be interesting, I think. And I can it'd be quite nice to style, I think, on a mannequin. I always try and do stuff that that I wouldn't necessarily wear, do you know what I mean? Okay, this is cute. Again, probably not something I'd wear, because I like to have my arse hanging out as much as I can. I was trying to find a bikini the other day, and you know when you're fat, I know lots of you will know about this. There was a funny talk on Knit Club a couple of weeks ago, and somebody was making a really nice wrap over top, and she was saying that she wasn't sure about the shape of it. And we were sort of saying, oh, well, you could like try it on. And then she was talking to somebody else, I think Aisha, who wasn't sure about the shape or something like that. And she said, or somebody said, why don't you go to some shops and try it on? And there's literally like one shop in Nottingham for fat people. There is yours, next to WH Smith in the Vicky Centre. There are some places that sell bigger stuff, like Monsoon, for example. I think John Lewis have some bigger stuff as well. And that is, Marks and Spencer sometimes, but not past, say, 26, 28, something like that. So if you are fat, you don't have that privilege of going on to try different shapes and sizes and seeing what it's like. So the other day I wanted a bikini, because my bikini, I love it, but it's a bit worn out now, and I mean, I've used it a lot. A bit worn out, and the colour's gone a little bit, and I don't mind, but it used to be a very bright, gorgeous bikini, and it's not anymore. So I I just wanted another bikini. I just want 2 bikinis. I go swimming quite a lot in the summer, and there's cobwebs up there. And so I wanted a bikini. Went into yours, that's the obvious place to go. And they might do it now. It was early on in the summer. They might do it now, but they did not do a bikini. They did swimming costumes, and they did like 2 pieces, long ones, fine. People want a tankini, whatever, I don't. Long sleeves, swimming skirts, like nothing that was just cover your tits, cover your bum. Do you know what I mean? Nothing. Anyway, so I ended up buying a really boring black swimming costume, which has been fine. It's absolutely fine, but I'm not big on a swimming costume, because quite often in the summer, I'm swimming in the morning, trying to hang it up, but we're in the UK. And then by the time you go swimming in the evening again, it's still wet. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's horrible. Like, you can do it with a bikini, it's not so bad, but it's just not nice to do it with a swimming costume. Also, I just want to wear a damn bikini. Do you know, I spent a lot of my life not daring to wear a bikini, and now I wear bikinis. Let me have a bikini. Stop trying to hide my belly. Anyway, why am I talking about this? Shapes and sizes. Oh, hide my bum. I don't want to hide my bum. I want everyone to see it. You're all welcome. So, just a slightly long line, sort of jackety, cardigan-y type thing. This is a bit longer. That's more jackety, isn't it? And this feels more like a long line cardigan. This feels more like a jacket. What's the difference? I don't know. Looseness of the sleeves, perhaps. Oh, so that's got sleeves attached on, like a dolman, I think that they call that. And then these have got slightly set in sleeves there, but like not too much. There is shape in there, but it's kind of loose. And then there's that belt. I think I don't love the belt. I think that's part of it. There'd be a better way to do that belt, I don't know. It goes up to quite big sizes, 48 to 50, which comes out at 59. So yeah, it covers quite a lot of bases. And the biggest size takes 6 balls. Nice, okay, and then the final piece. Okay, so that is interesting. They haven't really done anything fancy with the stitch patterns, and I can see why. You can't really with this yarn. I do think there's some quite interesting stuff being done with hand dyed at the minute that is involving sort of slip stitches and like sort of, so when you get to one colour in the set or whatever, you sort of slip the stitches but like kind of, I don't exactly know what you do, and you sort of get kind of strands that go across and you can sort of pull them up and it looks a bit like a star or something. So that's interesting to me. But anyway, you could go ahead and do that. These are two nice shaped jumpers. That's just your real basic round neck, and actually people ask for that all the time, so that's going to be useful. I like the way it sits on her. It seems to fit very nicely around here and over the shoulders, but it's got that sort of looseness around the body. That's cute. And then on this side, longer line, bigger neck, which is another thing that apparently is really in fashion. And it's got that split line at the bottom, which has been popular for some time. 32 to 50 inches, so that's not too bad. Now, the patterns have gone up in price. The patterns are now £3.50, but don't forget that you always get at least 2 bits with the King Cole. You always get well, generally you get a jumper and a cardigan, or you might get 2 different jumpers or 2 different cardigans, or a jacket and a cardigan or whatever. And then on some of those, you're getting much more than that. You're getting 3 or 4 things. On the accessories, you're getting 2 different hats, a scarf, a cowl, and 2 different mitts. So that's not bad at all, is it? So they've gone up. All the other patterns will go up over time as well. So if you see them at £3 and you want them, buy them at £3, because over time we'll be putting them up to £3.50. The yarn itself, have I said this? It's £7.50. That's for 150 grams. Let's have a look at the yardage. I hate it when they're doing 150 grams because I can't do yardage. Right, 100 grams would usually be about 150 metres. So 200 grams would usually be about 300 metres. So in the middle of that is, oh God, I can't do this math. 150, 225. Okay. So this has got 285 metres. So we're talking, that's a significant yardage. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I can take that. And the colours, I think the thing about it is the colours really. And I'm excited to start, getting, I could just put some string around that and that's my bikini, isn't it? I'm excited to start getting some chunkies in and start getting winter started, because it's been such a shocking summer, and I'm just ready to get back knitted. You know what I mean? I just hate this weather, and I hate the shop being slow, and I hate that there doesn't seem like there's an awful lot that I can do about it, because when people are coming in, they're buying, but people aren't coming in because well, it's too bloody hot, I guess, and there's an awful lot else to worry about. But knitting will get you through, do you know what I mean? And I do think as well, in terms of the cost of living, I know that it is difficult. We've just had the electricity for the shop, which has gone up from about £50 a month to, they were trying to make it £177 a month. Anyway, I've done the best that I can with that, but it's not £50 a month anymore. And but the thing is, when you think about knitting and crocheting as a sort of percentage of, not a percentage, like pennies per hour of pleasure is how the Yarn Harlot talks about it. There's like nothing cheaper. Like going to the cinemas now costs £8, £9, £10 per ticket, plus whatever you buy when you're in there, and you get 2 hours. Like a jumper like this, so say 3 balls of this, so that's, oh my God, I can't do maths. Why did I start this? £22.50. If it takes you 20 hours, that's £1 an hour, isn't it, more or less? And then you get to wear it. Then you get the garment out of it at the end. So I really do think that it's an investment in you, and it's an investment in the life that you want to live, like making something that is truly uniquely you in terms of how it is shaped on you and how it's shaped on your personality. You can't buy that in Primark. You can't buy it in Shein. You can't buy it in John Lewis. You have to make it. And making stuff with our hands is so important. Like it's the very essence of humanity, I think. But of course I would think that. Anyway, so, and it's very good for mental health, and you know that because I'm such a mentally healthy person. Oh my God. It's nice to be back. I'm still not guaranteeing you regular videos because I'm not capable of that. So you'll get what you're given and you'll enjoy it. I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Mwah. Goodbye.